All right, here in the finals, we have the choice. We'll play first. All three colors, very good. We've got some creatures, a little removal. I'm digging it. Let's keep it. So I guess we open with the cliffs, so that way we've got all three colors available to us on turn 2. But we're likely going to play the Tranquil Cove next turn. Unless, of course, we draw a Jeskai Elder or that 2-drop one that drops a creature, whatever it's called. I should probably know the name. All right, Typhoid Rats, turn 1. What do we got turn 2? Let's see if he's just going to roll out the gates. He could very easily. No 2-drop. All right, good news for us. Wind Scouts. So now we've got some actual plays here, which is also good. Ancestral Vengeance. Well, I'd say that's pretty good right here, since it not only pumps his creature, but kills mine. So pretty nice to do right there. I did get a chance to play this during the first one, and I was pretty impressed. So at least we're not like dead or something. All right, let's go for another Wind Scout here. Could go for the Glacial Stalker, but it's okay. Okay, Jund colors currently. Pretty unusual. Wouldn't mind if he played an Aura on the Typhoid Rats, making this Smite the Monstrous much better. Injury too, jeez. It's a lot of good removal their opponent's got. Alright, so I guess next turn we play the Glacial Stalker. Hopefully he doesn't have well, I don't think he's likely got a 2-drop follow-up, but he could. Alright, that's fine. Skuldkin. So another, well, I think I play a Skuldkin, actually. I can blow it up to kill his Typhoid Rats, or I can more ideally tack in with it for a while. And I mean, if I play Glacial Stalker and I draw a land, I can get in for 4, which is good. Could also just trade the rats for the Skuldkin, which is also good. And I guess I would rather him use removal on my Skuldkin than my Glacial Stalker, so not that bad of a decision. Geez, he's just removal.deck, huh? Alright, so we're playing against removal.deck, which kind of makes me want to play that 2-drop 0-4 guy, but unfortunately that 2-drop 0-4 guy is not all that good against the Typhoid Rats, since it can't really block it. Alright, Jeskai Elder seems good. 3 cards left in my opponent's hand. I do want to draw some lands. Let's just play, well, do I think he's got more removal? I don't know. Let's play the Stalker here. I guess it's debatable. Stalker makes the best use of the mana, though, so I am going to do Stalker. Because if I draw a land, then I can do Whisk Away plus Jeskai Elder, which might potentially be good, or I can just unmorph my Stalker. Hoping he doesn't have more removal, but he's had 3 back-to-back pieces of removal, which is pretty impressive. So I could trade the rats for my Glacial Stalker, but I think I'll just take another 2. No plays. Very interesting. All right. Let's just get in for 2 here. If he has Dragon Scale Boon, I can just Smite the Monstrous, which is actually really nice. All right. So now we'll just play Abzan Sky Captain and pass. So this way I can block his Typhoid Rats and then bolster my guy. Alright, so he's Abzan Splash Red, maybe? For the Arc Lightning? Guess that's reasonable. Chief of the Edge. Alright, no big deal there. No attacks. Alright, well, the Abzan captain did his job, which is nice. Alright, so now we get to swing with captain. Could actually swing with morph. Kind of, I mean, admittedly, I want our morph to live. I guess we swing, yeah, I guess we swing captain. And then we'll heart pierce the, I guess, rats. Because it just makes more sense because our stalker can take care of the Chief of the Edge. And either one of his creatures trades with the heart piercer. So 2 cards left in our opponent's hand. We are at least ahead on the board now, which is good news. And we have answers for fatties, which is also pretty good news. Anak Bonkin, no biggie there. I would certainly trade a Heart Piercer for a Chief of the Edge, if given that luxury, of course. All right, out of cards in hand, which is also a good sign for us since we not only have more cards in hand, a pretty evenly matched board state, but we have removal and we can draw cards now. So I think that we just pass. Actually, I guess we swing with captain here. We're not going to bolster, I guess, defensively, but the fact that I can leave up my morph plus smite the monstrous, I think just makes it worth it. So I think I'm just blocking my morph on his morph and my heart piercer on his Chief of the Edge, if given the opportunity, of course. We'll see if we are. And if he doesn't attack, we get to enhanced awareness, which is just ideal. Yeah. So now we just get some hardcore card advantage, which is just exactly what we want, and why Jeskai is typically a good color combination. Ditch a plains. Do this. All right, so 6 lands doesn't let us really do all that much. So I think that we just... I mean, it would let us Elder plus Monstrous, which is actually pretty good. Doesn't let us Elder plus Cunning Strike, though. I think that we can also Cunning Strike his first striker. Maybe leave the Sky Captain back. I think I want 7 mana next turn so I can smite plus whisk away if necessary. Alright, I think the plan is Cove and swing with Captain and pass. And I'm going to leave up my morph on the Glacial Stalker. He didn't unmorph there, which is pretty interesting. Not sure what that means yet. Guess we have to find out. All right, he's just outlasting again. No unmorph. Pretty curious about that. So I can Cunning Strike and at least force him to unmorph, but I guess we just unmorph our Glacial Stalker. Alright, so now I've got 7 mana, so I guess that we swing Captain and Glacial Stalker, see what he does. Because we can smite if he blocks with his morph. Okay. Kill both. Seems like a pretty good trade for us. Alright, so think that we whisk away his Haruspex now that we know about it. Actually, guess we whisk away his Chief of the Edge. This way, yeah, this actually works best because he won't get to draw a card. I mean, he wouldn't get to draw a card anyway, but I think killing the Haruspex is just better for us. All right, and now we drop Elder. I could have actually just Cunning Strike, but for some reason I really like the idea of just taking away his draw step. We get to smite his Bonkin plus Cunning Strike potentially too. He can't really afford to attack with Bonkin, can he? Because then he's just dead to backswing. All right. Just outlasting again? That seems pretty dangerous. So I guess we'll just Cunning Strike here. All right, got some good Jeskai value out this time. Opponent's got good removal. Debilitating Injury, Arc Lightning, Ancestral Vengeance. Grim Haruspex is great in his deck since he's got really cheap, effective creatures like Typhoid Rats, Chief of the Edge, and Einok Bonkin. So it seems like he's a pretty high value deck. I do actually think Barricade's good. It's not good against the Typhoid Rats, but it's pretty excellent against that Chief of the Edge. And it's pretty good against Bonkin. I mean, he's got to outlast a couple times before he can even get by it. And it protects me from removal, which I really do like. I mean, I admit it's going to be tough to find the right opportunity to use it, but I think it's worth trying. Smite only has targets against the big Outlast from what we've seen. So I guess I could cut the Smite, but Defiant Strike is also a fairly easy cut. Just because it's kind of a take it or leave it card, and we have enough card advantage with the double enhanced awareness to not really care that much whether we get it or not. I do like the idea of Barricade in response to all his removal, and it blocks reasonably well, I think. Could do the Bell Strike again. I don't even think he had 6 lands out that game, did he? Likely not. Let's cut the Defiant Strike and the Smite and bring in a Bell Strike and see if that works better for us. And we'll give this a try. Excellent hand. One of the better hands I think we could get since we have all 3 colors, a good distribution of lands to spells, and very good creatures at that with Wind Scout and Heart Piercer. All right, well, eventually we're going to need a second blue source and if we ever want to cast that Sage Eye Avengers, but for now we're okay. No 2-drop is pretty excellent. There's our second blue source, so I guess we can play that now. All right, Morph. So all we know that he's playing Morph-wise is Haruspex. So I'm hoping that's what that is. And I'm also hoping he doesn't have removal for this Wind Scout. But like I said, our opponent's got a lot of removal, so I think we'd be lucky if he didn't have removal here. We already know 3 pieces that he has in his deck. All right. Well, I guess the good news is we're not going to lose our Wind Scout and we're going to kill his Morph. So that is pretty good news. Bad news is that Sure Shot is almost assuredly going to kill our guy. But that enhanced awareness, I don't think we could have asked for a better draw there. Honestly, I don't think we could have. That's going to do so much legwork for us. I guess we kill the Sure Shot. That Sure Shot is going to take care of our Wind Scout. So I think it's better to do that than the Morph. I just don't want to give him a free kill. I mean, granted, that morph guy could be a big threat, but I'd rather keep my Wind Scout or make him use removal on my Wind Scout, especially when we draw an Enhanced Awareness. So we can keep the threat up on the board here. All right, so 4/4 Vigilance, and you can move counters. It's a good dude. I mean, super efficient to be sure. Kind of feel like he would have attacked with that thing if it wasn't Harrispex. I can Cunning Strike here, which isn't bad. It's actually pretty good. I think that we're going to Cunning Strike his morph. I mean, granted, he gets to swing with that Dagatar, the Adamant, but taking care of a morph guy, which was a Loxodon, which he could get next turn, yeah, I would say that was a good play on our part. So we get in for 3. Next turn we can drop the Sage Eye Avengers, which actually gets to block his Dagatar, the Adamant, if need be, and it can bounce it at will, so not too shabby. But 4/4 Vigilance for 4, that's a pretty hyper efficient attacker, to be sure. So I'd like a kill shot if possible. That'd be nice. 3 cards left in our opponent's hand. Our Heart Piercer is admittedly a little bit of a not doing too much right now kind of card, but all right. So we took care of our flyer, not the end of the world. Opponent's removal suit is pretty remarkable. That's not quite the draw we wanted to see, but I don't mind getting out our rare here. He's pretty good. So at least turns off attacks from Dagatar. If he attacks with Dagatar, I guess I don't block, since I can just bounce it. All right, it's pretty unfortunate for us, but we already knew our opponent is removal.deck, so it's kind of to be expected. It is pretty unfortunate, though, because now we're in a position where we can't do that much except play Enhanced Awareness, but at least he doesn't have follow-up plays. There we go. So I guess I guess actually the unfortunate thing about Singing Bellstrike is it doesn't really do all that much here. I mean, how much mana do I have? I guess I have enough to do both, so we are going to play land, Enhanced Awareness, and then Singing Bellstrike and attack, and at least it makes him... The problem is it only makes him pay it once, but it's okay. Another Enhanced Awareness, not bad, but not exactly the position I want to be in. I guess Glacial Stalker can do some work for us. So yeah, we're essentially just playing this to make him pay 6 mana at once. It might not even be the best, but to be honest, Singing Bellstrike is just totally underwhelming in this spot regardless. So he only has to pay the mana once. So Singing Bellstrike, not as good in this match, but at least, like I said, it's eating up this turn, making him pay the 6 to untap rather than play another threat, or play another threat and not get in for 4. Either of those options is more appealing than just taking 4 for nothing. At least we're like tempoing him slightly. All right, so he is paying the mana. Just to be expected. Singing Bellstrike is currently irrelevant, but I still think it was okay there. Whatever. I mean, I don't have a ton of options otherwise. Ooh. Well, yeah, now we get to swing, and he doesn't want to block. Or if he does block, we're amazing. So yeah, I think because I have 8 mana, I play Enhanced Awareness. Okay, so I get in for my 2. I play Enhanced Awareness first. And then I'm probably just going to do Glacial Stalker, but I will leave up Kill Shot if I guess I'm given that opportunity. So we'll play the Enhanced Awareness. Soul Summon's not bad. I think we'll just ditch one of our islands here. And I could do Tranquil Cove plus Soul Summons, which isn't terrible. But I think we want that Stalker down. We're not going to block his adamant. We're going to hope he doesn't have become immense or something along those lines. I think the bolster is going to be a big part of this game. I mean, we saw 6 extra cards, so we certainly have the card advantage aspect of this. Sage Eye Harrier is like the most underwhelming thing we could have to worry about, so that's good news. All right, Morph, a little bit more concerned about that, but not the end all be all. He's out of cards in hand. I guess that's good news. We have 8 mana, potentially 9 if I play untapped. But we can play everything with 8 mana, so I guess that means we can just play the Tranquil Cove. So, well, but then I can't unmorph. I can unmorph plus play 4 extra. I see. Well, let's see. I think we will do... If I do Wind Scout, then I can Honors Reward and actually block Sage Eye Harrier and kill it. So that's 3/8 still, if I want to unmorph that. 3, 6, 8. I can play all those. I think I want to leave up unmorph for sure. So I think the play is Cove, Wind Scout, leave up Honors Reward to pump Wind Scout to block Sage Eye Harrier, or leave up unmorph on our morph guy. Both of those options are pretty appealing. If he attacks with the morph, I probably... Because he can move counters too. Yeah, it's fairly problematic. Does cost him... He can only do it... No, he can do it twice. That's tough. All right. We're going to have to come up with a good solution here. See how he attacks. Not attacking with Dagatar, which is interesting. So he could potentially, if this is a 5 mana unmorph, he could unmorph. It could be a Woolly Loxodon as well. If it's a Woolly Loxodon, it's lethal. So we can't really afford to do that. He can pay the 6 mana to unmorph. I think what I do, let me think about this. 6 mana. He can't unmorph a Woolly Loxodon plus move a counter to Sage Eye Harrier. So I think what I actually do is block here. We're going to be willing to lose our Heart Piercer. And then we block here. And then I'm going to bolster. Because I think he's going to be motivated to unmorph. And I'm hoping it's a Loxodon, but potentially could be not a Loxodon. I mean, regardless, the 4 life on this Honors Reward could not come at a better time. He's debating where he wants to move his counter, which makes sense. All right, so he's just going to move it there, which is okay, actually. All right, so now we Honors Reward. Guess he could technically move it onto one of our guys, but we'd still get the prowess. So now he can move a counter on his Sage Eye Harrier, but I don't think that's... God, he can move it back to himself too. This guy is good. Hyper efficient creature with vigilance. Oh, I get the choice. That's right. We're going to do it on this, so he moves a counter to the Sage Eye Harrier, which I'm okay with, because then we're just going to be attacking more aggressively anyway. So he can move a counter onto Sage Eye Harrier. I don't have a problem with that. Okay, so he's saving his guy's life. Our guy's not going to die. Wait a second. How did he... How come he didn't... Where did he move that counter from? He can move... Holy crap. How did I not realize that? That is insane. For some reason, I thought it was off himself only. Oh my god, that guy is good. Holy crap, is that guy good. All right, well, that's good news for us. I guess we... Jeez. That is harsh. So I've got 5, 7, 10 mana, which means I can... Quiet Contemplation first for the prowess. Holy crap, is that guy good. Oh my god. Steal your opponent's counters, and he's a 4/4 vigilance. My god. That guy is just a monster. So we do that. I think we swing with both. It's pretty risky, I guess. But we could potentially get in for 8. I guess I could play Soul Summons. Get the prowess. I mean, we're going to have to do Soul Summons regardless. And then lock down his morph. But then I can't unmorph my morph. So I guess it is better to swing with both Soul Summons, lock down his morph. But then he can get in with the stupid. It's tough. I want to lock down Dagatar. But then I guess he can just pay 6 to untap it anyway. Alright, I guess we swing with both here. Can't really afford to block with Dagatar. Alright, so we get in for a good healthy amount of damage. We play Soul Summons. We lock down the morph. God, he can steal that other counter from our Wind Scout. That is so good. So good. All right, let's see what we manifest here. Hoping for something creature-like or a land to at least get it off the top of our deck. But, all right, land is acceptable. Obviously not ideal, but we're in okay shape here. All right, Scavenger's pretty good since he can steal counters from us, for God's sake. This guy is just way too good to play against. Oh my god. What a monster this guy is. I can't believe he steals your opponent's +1/+1 counters in limited. That is so remarkably good. Alright, he can pump his dude and deal 6 to us. I don't really have a lot of luxuries here. God, that's so powerful. We drew 6 extra cards this game. Keep that in mind. 6 extra cards were drawn this game. How insane is that? Now we're just dead. We just died. Oh my god. That is insane. All right. Wow. Dagatar. Not to be trifled with. What an insane legend that card is. I had no idea when I read this. Steal your opponent's counters. Holy crap. Yeah, I would say a card is powerful when your opponent draws 6 extra cards and can't find an out to it. Wow. Well, definitely didn't want him to hit something here, but yeah, we are so dead. It's ridiculous. We're like beyond dead. Now like have to take out Singing Bell Strike because just kind of the worst position it could be in. All right, well, that was a harsh loss, no doubt. One of the harshest losses I've had. I don't think I've ever drawn that many extra cards and not been able to do anything. That's pretty rare that you draw 6 extra. You see 8 more cards than your opponent and still lose it. That's pretty harsh. So, pretty harsh. Let's figure out what we're going to do here. So, unfortunately, those Sage Eye Harriers are really good blockers against our Wind Scouts, which sucks, but I can't do anything about it. Guess we gotta bring back Smite. Yeah. Problem with Smite is he just moves the counter off his dude, and then I can't even smite it. Um, yeah, I mean that's harsh. I have Kill Shot for it. I have Whisk Away, but Whisk Away is not even good against it. He just moves the counters off and then gets to reset. Man, I have Kill Shot for his rare. That's about it. Maybe I think I actually bring Dazzling Ramparts in here. It blocks his 4/4. It blocks Woolly Loxodon. Potentially taps down a flyer in a pinch. I don't know. This is a man. That legend. That legend. Quite insane. All right. Let's see here. So we have all of our manas. Yeah, I guess we keep it. I mean, the Jeskai Barricade at least buys us some time, and Cunning Strike and Sage Eye can do some good work for us. Cunning Strike especially can kill a morph potentially before he unmorphs it, so that could be of good benefit. Typhoid Rats. Unfortunately, that's the one creature that's going to get by our barricade, so didn't quite pan out as well as I would have liked, but that's all right. All right. Well, could have played the barricade there, but guess I would prefer not to. So I can play Stalker, but I think I'll just pass because I'd like to be able to. I'd like him to be tempted to attack with the Bondkin, I guess. And then I'll drop Barricade. If he doesn't attack with the Bondkin, I may not actually drop the Barricade. Alright, so he's doing it, so we'll just do this. And we'll block this. So at least, I guess, keep him from outlasting, and we have a little blocker now, which isn't bad. Alright, so hopefully resolving the Cunning Strike before he unmorphs that, because it could very easily be the Harrier, but I guess we'll find out. So now we just drop Stalker and pass. I could wait on it until I can hard cast it, but that's tough. And this lets his mythic be first strikeable. It's pretty filthy. I mean, I guess if he drops his legend, at least I can kill his morph before he gets a chance to unmorph it. And also, I guess a Harrier or a 1/5 flyer is not like the end-all be-all at the moment, but certainly not ideal. Still gets to guaranteed get in with rats, but we'll see. Yeah, it's really bad for us, but we know our opponent's removal deck, and we just unfortunately had a slow start. I don't know why he didn't attack. That seems strange. All right, unable to play our double blue spells, which is pretty sad here, but I guess we're just Cunning Strike that and hit our opponent. And ideally get something good out of this. All right, I would say Woolly Loxodon is indeed a good one to hit. So if we don't draw a blue source, we can Enhanced Awareness. If we do draw a blue source, we can Cloud Form or Sage Eye Avengers, both of which are pretty good. Guess he can, yeah, it's pretty bad for us. But I think I'd almost, if I was him, rather do it on the Typhoid Rats, since it's a 2/2 Death Touch first strike, but this still lets him get in with both. So I don't think unfortunately our Barricade does all that much anymore, so I guess we block and let it die, prevent some damage. One card left in our opponent's hand, which is a good sign for us, but there's our blue source. So I guess we play Sage Eye Avengers now. Hope he doesn't have removal for it. And that guy's going to do many levels of work for us. We have to bounce his Typhoid Rats to get in with it, but that's still pretty significant. One card left in his hand. Hopefully not removal. It's not a good sign. Oh, it's probably the 4/5 rare dude. Yeah, all right. Well, not thrilled about it, but guess that that's actually pretty good. All right, so we attack with our Sage Eye. We're at 7 mana, so we attack with Sage Eye, bounce Typhoid Rat. If he blocks with both, I guess we kill the Necropolis Fiend. We've still got Enhanced Awareness and we've got more creatures basically to deal with stuff, so we'll hit the rats. Yes. I'm leaving up Enhanced Awareness because I kind of want the surprise block option. He can double block, and it's not the worst for us. I mean, it still kind of sucks, but we're taking out his rare for our rare. And we're drawing 3 cards, which puts us in a decent place. Guess we'll ditch Dazzling Ramparts is actually pretty good too. So, not the worst. Next turn I'm going to want to cast 8 mana. We currently only have 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe I already played a land this turn, but I can't remember to be honest, so I guess we'll just get rid of the tapped one. We at least deal some stuff. Alright, we did already play a land, so I'm glad I got rid of the Cove. This is going to let us do Ramparts plus Cloudform next turn, or Killshot plus Ramparts. Either of those options is pretty good. Typhoid Rats is of no immediate concern. We are going to take some damage here, but I think we're okay. We can afford it for now. Hopefully no plays. That would be ideal. Very good. All right, so we have 6 minutes left, which is ideally enough time. Let's cloud form first, because I'm curious what we can manifest here. Still got some work to do, no doubt. Hopefully a creature or a land. Not a spell, though. Wind Scout. Well, that is a creature. Not, I mean, it's not a horrible one to do, but it's basically lose a toughness to get prowess, which is not ideal. But this Dazzling Ramparts buys us some time at least. What's your last card? Really? Well, that's problematic, to be sure. Certainly problematic. So he's putting us in a position where we have to kill shot his Bonkin. Our opponent's deck is sick. Our opponent's deck is just sick. Just a sick deck. Unlimited removal. Balmy as hell spells. We're just drawing lands, so we got really nothing now. I mean, tough spot. Certainly a tough spot. Basically have to kill shot his Bonkin, which was unfortunately our best out to his legend. So it's a tough spot. We have draws that can get us out of this, but to say we're not in trouble would be just a big fat lie. Can't really afford to take more damage here. Kind of wanted him to miss here. Actually, really wanted him to miss there, but I can't do anything about him not missing. So I guess unfortunately, we're just not in a position to race anymore. I don't know what to do. If it's a Sage Eye Harrier, which it likely is, he can just block. I guess we play Bloodfire Expert and pass. I don't know what the morph is. So what could it be? It could be a Krumar Bonkin. It can't be a Willy Loxodon. I think I double block it. I'm not in a if I'm not attacking, I'm not blocking, then I think we just double block it. And hope that it's enough. If it's a Bonkin, he kills them both, but we kill it. Can't really afford to take too much damage here. Still have card draw we could get. If it's a Sage Eye Harriers, he's going to kill our expert, but it's not like the end all be all. Master Pearls, we lose both our guys, but I mean, but nothing. It sucks. Our opponent's deck is so nasty, it's insane. I don't know if I've seen that much removal in bomb spells before. Such a badass combination of good stuff. I mean, at least we didn't draw a land there. That's certainly worthy of mentioning. I think we're taking this. Obviously not thrilled about it, but all right, opponent missed there. That's good. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. Getting creatures off the board seems so necessary. He hasn't hit his green source yet. Oh, I spoke. Why did I speak? Why did I speak? Certainly wouldn't mind another enhanced awareness. No plays and I'm feeling good. All right. It's pretty good for us. All right. Didn't get the non-land card, but At least we're ahead on the board. We're beating down. Not the worst position I've ever been in, to be sure. Hopefully something small and manageable. Debilitating injury? All right, well. Punish him for it. It's a good sign. No. Don't tell me that. And Orc Sure Shot. All right, well, that's pretty tough. Well, right into being. Here we go. All right, well, this is pretty good here. Pre-combat it. 2 lands? All right. Well, you're going on the bottom. And could get in, but I think we stay back for now. I wish I'd found a creature to manifest here. So now if he plays a creature, we can at least block. God, he has his red mana too. I want to kill that Sure Shot so bad. Come on, baby. There we go. No. Kill Shot's his last card. Crackling Doom? No. No. Our opponent's deck is so insane. He just keeps playing rares. Miss. Miss here, my friend. Just miss. And then let me draw Enhanced Awareness. My God. Please. I wanted you to miss so bad there. I needed you to miss so bad. Oh, my God. Give me a High Sentinels. High Sentinels off the top right now. Thank you. Can only use the ability once, but whatever. And he has the mana to unmorph a Woolly Loxodon. So frustrating. You know it's a Woolly Loxodon too, right? You absolutely know that's a Woolly Loxodon. God, that's so frustrating. So frustrated. You know it's a Woolly Loxodon. You just know it. And he leaves me no choice. This has been such an unbelievable game. You just know it's a Woolly Loxodon. We both know it. I have to play as if it's a Sage Eye Harrier, but it's a Woolly Loxodon. God, that's frustrating. Oh, Grim Harrispex? Well, that's way better for us. I mean, he does get to draw a card, granted, but we get to keep our High Sentinels. Wait. Oh, no, that's right, because of the... Never mind. Never mind. All right. Horribly bad, and he gets to draw a card. We miss. Never wanted our second enhanced awareness so bad in all my life. Just more rares? Could he play more rares? Is it possible for my opponent to have more rares in his deck? Haruspex, Doom, Master, Necropolis Fiend, Ghostfire Blade, and that stupid crazy legend? Our opponent's deck was so insane. Oh my god. That was one of the most insane decks. Oh, of course. Then yeah. Thank you. And then a string of 7 spells coming up. Ugh. I am really upset with my deck right now. But our opponent's deck was insane, so I guess I shouldn't be upset. But my god, a string of 7 spells coming up? Really? That's what you're going to do? Just give me lands and just not give me all of these spells that would be of immense importance right now? All right. Well, I'll let it go. It was a close one. Our opponent's deck is probably one of the best I've ever seen. Just all removal, all value, all rares. Insane deck. All right, we'll see you for the next draft.